everyone! So I just recorded this classic smoky Valentine's Day look and honestly I'm in love. Like, I don't really do smoky eyes a whole lot, but definitely after this I will, because it is so easy and it's honestly, it looks like you did a lot and you didn't. Okay, I can blab, so I'm gonna quit blabbing and get into the video. Okay, so to begin, I'm going to be taking normal Scotch tape and taping from my bottom lash line straight out. I don't like mine straight up, I like mine out. And I'll just do the same thing on the other side. Okay. Then I'm going to be taking my Bobbi Brown concealer in the shade Beige and applying that all over my lids and blending that out with a eyeshadow brush from e.l.f. And I will set that with Foxy from the Naked 2 palette. Next, I'm going to fill in my eyebrows with the Milani. It's like a dip brow, but it's just a little pomade. And I am in the shade Brunette. Next, I'm going to be taking Buck from the Naked palette and placing that from the tape to my inner corner. Taking a big fluffy brush, I'm going to just blend that out to the best of my ability. Now I'm going to be taking the Carly Bible palette and taking the dark brown shade and applying that all over the lid. Going back in with that same brush that we applied our first transition color, I'm going to be blending this dark brown together. Now for the star of the show, I'm going to be taking the Naked 2 palette and Blackout. This is the darkest black I have ever found when it comes to eyeshadows. I love it. And I'm placing that just in the outer corner. Since we aren't using a liquid liner, I'm going to be blending this back into the tape. So when you rip off the tape, it's a sharp black line as if we're wearing liner. Going in with a small angled brush by e.l.f., I'm going to apply this as liner. Just on my top lash line. Now, to make the wing, you want to go just along the tape. You can pick how far out you want it. I usually like my wings to go really far out. Then taking the same brush that we applied the black shadow, I'm going to be blending that liner and smoking it out a bit. Now going back in with that dark brown, I'm going to apply that one more time over top because we kind of lost that color. Now you want to go ahead and peel that tape. And you can see how using, let me zoom you up real quick, how using that black really made it look like a liner. Next, I'm going to take the Smashbox Photo Finish face primer and go ahead and apply that where I need it. You can apply it where you need it. Next, I will be curling my lashes. Now for my favorite step of the whole look, lashes. I'm going to be taking my all-time favorite lashes, which are the Ardell lashes in the style 203. I will never love a lash like I love these lashes. They literally can turn any look into a look. So I'm going to take the Kiss Lash Glue, and it looks like this, and I'm going to apply it to the lash band. So I'm going to go ahead and apply my lashes and then come right back. Next, I'm going to be taking my Wet n Wild foundation. I am in the color Soft Beige. I'm just going to apply that directly to my face. Kind of generously, but it's honestly really light coverage, so no matter how much I apply of this, it's so light coverage. I honestly like that because I don't like full coverage foundations. I like full coverage concealers. And I am blending this out with the e.l.f. doesn't say, but it's a big old e.l.f. brush. Next, I'm going to take my CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous concealer in the shade Fair. And I have a brand new, honestly, Real Techniques sponge, and that's what I'll be blending it out with. Where are the scissors? I do not wet my beauty blenders. I personally don't find that works for me, but if it works for you, have at it. Next, I am going to set my face with some powder, and I'll be right back. Okay, next step, I'm going to be taking the Wet n Wild, I cannot pronounce it, I'm sorry, but it is a setting spray. This whole look, I want it to be really centered around a dark, smoky eye, under the eye at least. I mean, obviously on top, but mainly really thick, heavy bottom. So I'm going to be taking that same dark brown from the Kylie Bible palette and packing that on underneath. Blending from that line all the way underneath to the inner corner. Then going back in with the Naked 2 palette, taking black out, I'm going to apply that as close to the lash line as I possibly can. I do not put eyeliner in my waterline because I find that it does not stay throughout the day. Next, I'm going to take the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara and apply that to my top and bottom lashes. I'm going to apply the mascara very heavily on my bottom lashes. Next, I'm going to be taking the e.l.f. bronzing palette and taking the 2 matte shades to contour my face. I'm not doing as heavy of a contour as I normally would, just because the look is already going to be so intense. You don't want to look too washed out. So make sure when you're done contouring that you go back in with your powder brush and blend that out. Now I'm going to take the Wet n Wild blush in Heather Silk, and it's a very vibrant pink. So I just tap it one time and apply it to the apples of my cheeks. And going back in with my contour brush and blending the two together. Now taking my Sleek highlighting palette, I'm going to be taking the more pink gold, like a rose gold highlighting color, and applying that to my cheekbones, the bridge of my nose, my cupid's bow, and my chin. Going back in with my Sleek palette, taking the white and rose gold shades and applying that to my inner corner, just to bring the eyes back a little from the dead. Taking my little mini sample of Urban Decay's Crimson, I'm going to apply that to my lips. This is a very pretty red. This is actually my first time trying it. This is the completed Smoky Valentine's Day look. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something new, and I hope you have an amazing Valentine's Day.